Man, I was making a video and somebody came to the car and I did it again. I was telling the video recording, I'll be right back. I've done that before where you're recording something and someone like knocks on the window and you're like, I'll be right back. Like you're on the phone with somebody. But it was just a video I was trying to make the first time that I'm going to make right now. And a lady came to the window and said, well, come back in and pay for the piece of pie you actually wanted. But what was kind of cool that I just want to put on permanent record somewhere because it's so cool. There's this legendary god that's like a daddy type god. And he was like, you almost forgot to put your powers on this fire truck. I turned on their siren at just the right time. I had to kind of make sure the emergency people knew like about a certain emergency to make the fire truck make all those lights and noises go to remind you to put your powers in the truck. And I was like, oh, you are the most amazing, wonderful God. Thanks. Because I almost would have maybe forgot. Okay, I came out here from Palm Springs area to Banning. Then I ended up from Banning out here to Loma Linda. I pulled up to Loma Linda and like 88 medical experts were overwhelmed and staring at me. And I wondered what the hell is going on. So that was the video I was recording to go over it. But don't ask. Well, I'll go over it in a minute. But anyway, so all these doctors, and it looks like doctors and really big level, like high ranking big level, and doctors were just staring at me, very overwhelmed. And I thought, well, what's going on? I mean, I've been to Loma Linda to take people to the doctors quite a few times. I've been to Loma Linda, brought the power of God. There's been miracles, and gods are getting good at helping the doctors to know, yeah, Bonnie's been around delivering somebody through Lyft, and that's why these miracles are showing up. So I thought, what are they so overwhelmed about? Well, they're seeing the reality of punishments in the soul that do indeed create surgeries, IVs, and medications that will never work as a proper punishment for anything done against God. The right to live and have good things, you have to earn and deserve. So when you do anything against God, you automatically don't have a right to lie for good things. Duh. Common sense. So they are finding that people are damned, the living, dead, and damned. And nothing you do ever helps them. And they will sit and do anything to say, I'm still in massive suffering and pain. This IV, this medicine, this isn't working. But sadly, it doesn't matter. Their punishments are in their soul. No one can help them. Nothing can help them. Welcome to the end of the world. But also about three-fourths of them are seeing 666s on foreheads at night all the time. And it's, terrifying them. Well, I'm making this video so you guys can think or say my queen, my queen, my queen. The only thing I can think of is think or say my queen, my queen, my queen today. You'd be amazed how therapeutic gods and angels can be. You'd be amazed how much gods and angels can help you to just realize it is what it is. It is the day it is. And just like people end up in prison, people are going to end up doing whatever they're going to do or choose to do. And you can't change it. It just is what it is. Because I was trying to find any support. And I know these things are overwhelming. The end of the world is scary. The ones that understand the end of the world the most or the truth the most get overwhelmed or scared the most. But you can't change it. And they show up everywhere around the world forever. So you kind of, like leprosy or coronavirus, kind of just got to get used to it. They did against God what should not have been ever thought of, much less done. And it caused, permanent, unrepairable punishments. Permanent, like you can't reverse it or get out of it. Not if there's a 666 on their forehead. It's the most impossible thing to try to get out of ever known. So you just kind of get used to it, like a day-to-day leprosy. They are what they are. It is what it is kind of day. And that's, the best advice I can give. So anyway, I was at this Coco's. So I dropped people off at Loma Linda. And I'm at this Coco's. It's right near a Motel 6. Which I don't know the owner. I haven't researched the owner of this Motel 6. But this Coco's, the owner wanted me to visit. So let me area. I gravitated with my powers. I don't know how I got here street to street, but this is the view of this area. I think it's still Loma Linda, or if not, it's a nearby city because I didn't go that far. And it's a Coco's. So this is a Coco's. The ownership, I don't know, but somebody connected to the ownership of this Coco's wanted the power of God to be in this Coco's. I hate to tell you, but whoever owns this Coco's, your employees love the hatred of God like it's some slippery, happy slurpy syrup. They could not be the sickening devil's best enough. They just could not say or do enough against me. And it looks like they've been venomous or sickening against my existence for years. That might be why the owner wants the power of God in the location. The financial world isn't going great or something. I don't know. But most of them were just shit talking, fuck you, she's just a homeless fuck you loser kind of people that work there. Some of the people eating there were just as sickening. But there were some people that said, I don't want to join into the hatred or abuse or mistreatment of anyone. So I don't want to talk against her or anybody. That was a good answer, because one of them finally said, I'm just going to think a number. And I showed them the 5 of the number they had in their brain. And then they said, I want the power of God for whatever miracles or blessings I can bring to my neighbors, my neighborhood, everybody in my work. And I thought, oh, what a precious, precious person. So, of course, I threw my powers out in their direction and said, gotcha, buddy, man, it's covered. And, but a lot of them were really bad. Fuck you to the face of God, people. But, one of them was pretty cool because, just based on their heart, soul, their neighborhood, their work, probably can easily hit about 17 miracles. Easily hit 17 miracles that precious person's soul, absorbing my powers, can go deliver to people who could really use those miracles. And then I'll use the rest of the power just to try to rock their world, say thank you, make an amazing Christmas for their families or whoever, as many as I can, connected to all those areas too. And that's pretty cool. And then, so I went in there to get, I really wanted, what do you call it? Blueberry cream pie. I was having the biggest crybaby fit for blueberry cream pie. Because a God that created the pie originally, brings me a lot of comfort when I want comfort. So I was looking for comfort. But they didn't have blueberry cream pie. So I go, oh, well, then I'm screwed. But I really wanted cream or whipped cream type pie. So I asked for this pumpkin swirl one. And there was a sign that said cherry pie, but it had whipped cream and actual cherry filling type cherry stuff on the top. So I thought, okay, I want one of the swirl and one of the cherry pie. And I read it right off the sign. And she brought me 2 pieces that had nothing to do with that for one of the pieces. So one of the pieces, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't what I had asked for. So she said, well, I'll go get the one you want. And she brought me just cherry pie. And I thought, well, I know how to order cherry pie. I thought it was a weird thing that I had to say cherry pie with the whipped cream one. And all you people do is talk shit about my existence. Are you trying to abuse me about a stupid pie? I know, just to make my life miserable or something, because I wanted that one. But then it was but I'm not going to make you go all the way back when she already went back once to replace that other piece. So she had went back to replace the piece that I didn't ever even ask for or want. Gave me cherry pie, but like I would have just said cherry pie if I wanted cherry pie. I was kind of upset I read the stupid sign to get the pie I wanted. And the lady was like, well, I could go, oh no, I'm not going to make you go back and be a slave to get the pie I wanted, but is this like a fuck you or what the hell is this? And I was like, I get it. The poor, stupid, fuck you, loser, blah, blah, on and on. Ha, ha, ha. You can laugh when I leave. I want the cake I want, or I want the pie I want. But then I was like, oh, forget it. I'll just take the one piece that I have where I'm so grateful, and it's what I wanted. Because I wasn't going to get blueberry cream pie anyway. And whatever. I have my beautiful caramel brulee breve latte. And I just wanted something good to go with my latte that I felt like. So whatever, that's good enough. Because at least I got one of these fluffy whipped creamy ones, because I was just I love blueberry cream pie because it has that fluffy whipped creamy. So I thought, well, that's good enough. But this lady, her name on her name tag was Crystal, came to the car and said, no, I just want you to leave with the order that you had wanted. So I thought, well, okay, I better tell her that she might want to charge me for 3 pieces of pie at this moment, because I have 2 pieces of pie they didn't charge me for. And then the extra piece of pie that they were going to go ahead and get me that I wanted, the actual cherry one. See, this is the cherry one I wanted. It said cherry pie on the sign, but I guess, I don't know. And then this was the one they gave me, and it was like, oh, goodness. I didn't need a sign to know how to order cherry pie. Okay, I know I'm a foreign alien, but like, I would have known that was cherry pie. And then I got, look, this pumpkin swirl one looks really, really good. Look at this one. It looks really, 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 really good. And the cherry one didn't look bad. So I thought, oh, I'm going to figure this out so I could, like, as I drive back home and stuff, have, like, some silly pie to eat. And so I went back in to pay. They only charged me for 1 piece of pie. I got 3 pieces of pie. They only charged me for 1 piece of pie. And in the end, I got the 2 pieces that I actually just had wanted. I was like, wow, what a nice lady. And the coolest part was when I didn't want to make the lady go back and get the cherry whipped cream one I wanted. This Crystal lady was like, no, just don't bother her if she don't want that piece of pie and she don't want you to go back and make it the pie she wanted. She can just check out and leave. And then she said, you could just have the pieces of cake or pie and go. And then she was the one that came to the car and said, well, I don't want you to leave without the order that you wanted. I was like, wow, thanks. I actually really appreciate it. Didn't want anyone to go out of their way for a piece of pie, but thanks. Since you already walked to the car, I guess getting an extra piece of pie ain't too much stress. But when I went in there, I still only got charged for the 1 piece of pie. I thought, well, thanks. I'll put in some extra power of God to say thank you to the Crystal lady, the location, and the owner, because maybe the owner hires a lot of God hate, but boy, the owner every now and then obviously gets it right.